Hello, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing all right. Thank you as always for tuning in. Where am I today? Any guesses? Any guesses at all? Oh yeah. Right, that can only mean one thing, can't it? I'm here to visit Rise Above. I haven't been since they opened their new premises, so long overdue. Let's give them a visit. Right, come along with me. Right, here we go. So I'm hoping there's a few different exits to this place, and it looks like their shop is kind of pretty much right opposite one of the main exits. So let's see if I can get the right one. Wish me luck. This isn't the way, is it? I really don't think. Oh, that looks steep. Where are you? There it is. There it is. I knew I'd come out the wrong exit there. Oh look, it isn't even open, the one I wanted. Doesn't even look like it's in use anymore, to be honest with you. I've no idea. There we go. Shut permanently. Alright, not to worry. Just in case you come here, you can't come out of there. And there she is. And it looks open, which is great. In we go. Right, guys, all done. It's great. It's great. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I actually think the shop is kind of better than ever. I really, really do. It's certainly more, not that there was anything wrong with the premises before, but the new place is, I'd say, more spacious. There's a lot more light. And I was chatting to Helen, who was in there, and she was saying there's a lot more footfall given its location. I had a great haul, and I think the selection they've got in there is broader now, whereas before it was certainly geared to the collector's market, but now, and I've tried to show in the footage that I took, they of course have got the amazing collectibles on the wall, but they also do good quality titles, 3 or 4, whatever it was, for £10 as well. And there was good stuff in there. There was good stuff. and then literally everything else in between. So the selection in there was great, and the prices were incredibly reasonable. As always, you look at some of the price of things on the wall, they're pricey, but that's what they're worth. There's nothing that's over the top. And, they have a lot of custom for those sorts of things. So it's absolutely great. I would highly recommend coming here because there is something for everyone here, that every genre catered for. And it's brilliant. So I'm just sitting here now in the nearby Woodman pub having a nice, well-deserved pint. Because I'm telling you, those stairs at Highgate Station took it out of me. I'm not that unfit. I do walk a lot. I attend the gym, but God, they were steep, and I could feel it when I got in the shop. I was kind of shaking. Helen reliably informed me that the actual entrance that was closed down is apparently going to be reopened again. So hopefully, if you do visit, if you come up to Highgate Tube Stop, you won't have to endure those steep stairs. But believe me, it is actually worth it. So if you do it, just just brace yourself, or you can go the long way around. Anyway, I'm not going to show my records here. I feel a bit self-conscious, to be honest with you. I could do it, but no, I'm going to wait until I go home. So we will cut to what I've bought. Okay, there we are. There we have it. Back home. I've just about got my breath back after those stairs. I know I keep banging on about them, but seriously, if you have anyone here who's watching this who's had a day out in London, and I'm sure most of you have, you're up and down stairs all day, on and off the tube, all sorts of places, up and down stairs. That's what being in London's all about. Didn't struggle at all with any of that, but that staircase, what is going on with that? Seriously. Anyway, enough of that. You're here to see some records. So I've just poured myself a nice tidy drop of beer, and let's crack on with what we got. Right, first up, upgrade copy. I've been after an upgrade copy of this for ages, and it's nothing mega rare, but it has been eluding me. This is Brian Auger's Oblivion Express, self-titled. I think it's a debut album after he disbanded Brian Auger's Trinity. Great album. I mean, the one I've got has never played great. It's got a little bit of distortion going on. I don't really know why, because it looks nice, but this one, aside from a little surface scuff, looks nigh on unplayed. It's an original. So on RCA Victor, gatefold sleeve, the band there and all their finery. I mean, how much more 70s do you want? Very good start. Happy to pick that up. Very reasonable price. Next, we have this. Oh, this is an interesting one. A little bit of backstory on this one for my interest. This one's called Hot Cargo. It's by the Rugies. Now, I first became aware of this, as I often do. There was a TV programme we were watching. I can't remember what it was. It was about a year ago. So it's myself and my wife. And a song came on, and I'm like, that's brilliant. Get the phone out, get Shazamming. And it was a track from this record by the Rugies. It was a proper sort of good psych, late 60s psych song. And ever since then, I've been on the lookout. Now, I've actually had a watch on this record on eBay for some time. But I thought, bear in mind, I don't think it's released in the UK at all. But, I never pulled the trigger on it. I just thought, it's maybe a little bit pricey for what it is. But, yeah, difficult one because, they don't turn up in the UK that often. But ultimately, it's not a rare record in the US, I don't think. But there it was, and this was a really low price compared to the one I'm watching on eBay. I don't know what the whole record's like. As I say, I've only heard one track, and it was a classic sort of, late 60s psych track. But it's on the Amazon label. I love that. Label design is so cool. Look at that. But yeah, lovely condition. We got the corner cut there, but maybe that's why it was priced so low. It's still got the shrink on it. I've only just noticed that. It's still got the shrink on it. But I can live with the corner cut. It's quite common on American records. It's just, it just shows it was deleted. It's just one of those things. It's not the end of the world. It's all about the record, and the rest of the sleeve's very tidy. So lovely. That was the first one I picked up. That was very, very good. Okay, another release from the US. And again, I think this was only released on the US. This is a band called Womb. And it's their second record called Overdub. I've got their first one. I haven't played it for some time. It is a folky psych band. Maybe you could compare it to Jefferson Airplane, female vocals. I think that's kind of a too easy a comparison sometimes for these sort of bands, if they're a bit folky and they've got female vocals, but there we are. But yeah, I've never seen one of these. Again, I mean, it's to actually find one in the UK is not easy. To find one in the US where it's released, you wouldn't have too much trouble, really. It's a scarce record, but over here in the UK, it's hard to find. But again, priced very reasonably. Cover's all right, bit of a corner ding there. It's one of those things, isn't it? And a little deletion holes. Not the end of the world. It's got the original insert, and it's on the Dot label. Record is very nice, couple of very fine hairlines on it, but apart from that, it looks unplayed. So, yeah, I don't think those marks are going to affect it at all. I did really give it a good thorough inspect. I was really pondering over whether to get this one, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad it's come home with me. Next, we got a Vertigo Swirl. Not the rarest Vertigo Swirl, to be honest with you, but it has been eluding me. And it's Ian Matthews, Tigers Will Survive, his second album. Second one for Vertigo. I think it's his second album, second solo album, full stop. Whenever I see this, and I see this a lot, it's always the American versions that turn up. I think it's like they were heavily imported into the UK because there's more American versions, seem to be on the UK market than the UK ones, and they're always dirt cheap. This one was a little bit more pricey, but compared to some of the Vertigo Swirls, this is not really pricey at all and relatively easy to find. It's without a doubt one of the lowest priced Vertigo Swirls out there, but I've never owned one, never ever owned one. So I want to say it's got the original in it. Some Vertigo Swirls didn't come with them. Now, that was included in it. I don't know if that's original or not. It's just one of those things. A lot of people insist on having the original Vertigo, and I prefer it, but it's not a deal breaker. There we are. You all know the label. And this is in lovely condition. Lovely condition. Yeah, very, very nice indeed. Very nice. So I look forward to playing that. Next up, we have this, and this is definitely not an original, and you'll understand when you see it if you're in the know. This is actually a replacement copy. This is Cold Cuts by Nicholas Greenwood, and this is a reissue on Akama Records. Oh, just going to shut that door quick. Sorry about that. Right, where was I? Akama Records, yeah. So I've got this, and I've got it on Akama, but when I bought it many years ago, I think I got it online, mail order, I think. It had like a pressing floor on the first track, and it kind of crackles in the quiet moments, so it's just a bit of a pain. I've inspected this one, and there's no such defect. In hindsight, when I bought it, I should have sent it back. I should have got a replacement for it, but I think I wasn't as fussy back then. Times have changed. But there we go. This is a fantastic record, absolutely brilliant prog record. The original UKs are probably, I would say, one of the rarest and most expensive progressive rock albums, I'd say, in the world. Short of the private pressings, this is up there with things like Dr. Z, Leaf Hound, all the really, really big hitters. This goes for thousands in its original form. This didn't cost me much at all. It's kind of like, if you like things like Arthur Brown, yeah, there is a strong Arthur Brown influence, and I think Nick Greenwood did play in a later incarnation of Arthur Brown, to be honest with you. Organ heavy. If you like your doomy Hammond organ, this is the one for you. And I think this might now be deleted from a Karma. I could be wrong. I don't want to talk about a Karma too much, but yeah, this label almost deserves a sort of video in itself. Really, I find their sort of reissues. A lot of people can't stand them, and a lot of people really like them. I find their reissues pretty good. The quality of the wax they put them on are all, it's nice and heavy, good thick sleeves. But I don't know how legit they are. There seems to be a bit of a mystery surrounding them. I know they're based in Italy, and from what I gather, some releases they do are official, many of them aren't official, and some are kind of semi-unofficial. It's weird. It almost deserves a whole video on its own. If you know anything about Akama Records and how they operate and how legit they are, please let me know, because I've always been intrigued by it. But I don't really think this has been reissued anywhere else. So it's, I'm quite happy to have it on the Akama label for now. I'm never going to have an original unless I find one at a car boot or in a charity shop or something like that. It's either you either pay £1 for it or you're paying £2,000 in a specialist shop. It's as simple as that for an original of that. Okay. This was a good one. I was really pleased to get this. This was in the German and Krautrock section. Now, there we are. I don't know how to pronounce that band. D-Z-Y-A-N. Dizian. Dian. If anyone knows the proper pronunciation, you know what to do. Pop it in the comments. It's called Time Machine. Now, this band, I haven't got anything by this band, but it's one I'm kind of aware of. They're just part of many underground krautrock records, and I've kind of had my eye on them. But like the American albums I was showing, you can't get these in the UK, not easily anyway. If you go onto Discogs and buy it, you're going to pay loads for postage, and then you're now stung with the dreaded additional taxes, aren't you? Yes, yeah, I'm sure many of you, yes, we all know what that is a result of, don't we? Yes. So to find it here in the UK in the wild, I was delighted, and for a very, very reasonable rate. It's on the Bellafon label, or the subsidiary. Is it Bacillus? I can't pronounce that either. I'm doing well here, aren't I? That. And little bit of colour wear on it, but the actual record looks nigh on unplayed. So that really was a snap up. That really was the sort of treasure find today. And to finish off, it's not all 70s. I was well happy finding this. They had a section in there specifically dedicated to 4AD. And yeah, I was looking and they had Dead Can Dance records, and I was like, please have this one, please have this one. Yay, they had it. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. This one, again, can't pronounce it. That's the title. Aeon. Is it just Eon? Aeon? Okay, that's it. Nice original with the inner records here. Looks unplayed. Absolutely brilliant. Delighted to have it. That one doesn't turn up much, and I've kind of missed opportunities online to get hold of that one, and I've never seen it in the wild before. If I had seen it in the wild, I would have snapped it up. But yeah, that's a good one to have. Dead Can Dance are fantastic on 4AD. They're it's just, I think those and the Cocteau Twins, they are like the sort of, they are the go-to acts, the quintessential acts on 4AD. Ethereal and dramatic. Wonderful stuff. So there you have it. That's it. That is my haul. I said it before and I'll say it again. Brilliant shop. Brilliant. Absolutely great. As far as London shops go, I would say it's my favourite. I'm going to say it's a joint favourite up there, level pegging with the little record shop in Hornsey, which I did do a review on, and I will be returning to that shop. at some point in the future, as I will be returning to Rise Above again, because it's that good. As I said before, I think it's better than ever. I find the level of stock is much broader now. There really just seems to be a lot more in the way of bargain records and not such collectibles, as well as huge collectibles and everything in the middle. They cater for all genres. I didn't look through everything, but they had jazz, they had soul and funk, they had hip hop. It was all there. Metal. They have something for everyone there, and it's set in a lovely area, and the owners are great. You can go in there and have a good chat, and it's just, even just a sort of gaze at the wall at those rarities, that some of the things you think, oh my God, never thought I'd ever see one. So yeah, what more can I say? A wonderful shop, and I advise you to take a trip to London and pop in. Check the opening times, because they're not open every single day in the week. It's more towards the weekend. So if you are going there, do check the opening times on Google. So that's it. Thank you as always for tuning in. And I will see you all again soon for another video. Take care.